Let's see, this can is pretty much empty, but let me just piss some of this on there. Right on those bolts that are hitting it. And yeah, that about did it for that one. That will be all she wrote, I think. Just hit it with this blue rag here a little bit. The same thing on the back here. All right. At least we've eliminated the stuff that was contacting it. This is the deck we're going to put on it, which actually came from this tractor from the factory. Has a front anti-scalp roller. Missing the cover from the right side. I don't know where the hell it is, but somebody had replaced the belt at some point with this cog style belt. It works. But I'm going to grease up the spindles and the drive shaft, and I'm going to go under the tractor and grease the rack and pinion and hit the steering and everything on the tractor. I think what was happening with that dirty clutch, I had a little second thought here, is that when the transmission was overfilled with oil from the hydraulics, I think there must be a bad seal behind the clutch back here, that all the oil came out of the transmission and fell down on the axle. There's a big puddle down there, so that's to be determined, but let me grease it up and we'll come back. More trouble in paradise. The drive shaft is stuck here. It doesn't want to move, so I'm going to have to address that. And then the U-joint is kind of stiff also. There's no grease fitting in this one. Some of them have a grease fitting in it. This doesn't. But anyways, then there's supposed to be a grease fitting down here in the top of this pulley, and it's evidently missing. So that one ain't going to get greased. But in order to get to that, you got to take this whole carrier off the deck, so I'm just going to leave it for now and say screw it, because I don't feel like doing that. I just got to mow my lawn. So let me maybe I'll heat this up a little bit. In the past, that's worked good for me, where you just heat up this shaft here in this joint, and usually there's old grease in there that's hardened up, and that fixes the problem. But we'll give it a shot and see if we can loosen it up. Heat it up here for a little bit. You don't gotta go crazy, you just gotta heat it enough that it starts to free up the old grease that's usually all stuck in there. And I'll see if I can catch all this grass on fire that's on top of the deck, right? Sometimes you start heating it up and it will blow out through the grease zerk, and by that time you know it's probably heated enough. But we'll just do this for a little bit here. That's what you get for having crap sit around outside. It's definitely not cool for it. I see it bubbling out the back here already. So, you see that? Probably getting close. So, let's see. I should have my GoPro for this, but I don't. Is that hot? Is it hot? No, not. Yeah, it's still stuck. So I'm going to take a hammer on this here and hammer it out. We'll see what we can do. The tripod is missing a piece, so I can't use it. So I'm trying to improvise here. Let's see. Oh yeah, she's in there good, guys. Real good. Uh-huh. She does not want to come out. I've had this happen a number of times. Now let's see what happens now. Grease is smoking pretty good. Shaft's getting a little hot now. Let's see. I think it's coming. Yeah. coming. Oh yeah, there we go. Whew. All right, it's out. So basically just got to take this and clean it up with a wire brush for a minute and slide it back together, and we should be good with some more grease. Moving freely now, and we should be in good shape. Got everything greased up on the tractor, everything except for that center spindle here. So now I got to get a lift rod on there and we'll hook it up. What I like to do is start up the tractor and raise the deck so that it sucks into the mounting bracket. So let's give that a shot here. Yeah, don't start your tractor with the PTO on, tip of the day. Let's see what happens here. Have to give it a little guidance. Yeah, I'll do the rest off camera. You get the idea. Lever is still messed up, but cutting it. Cutting it pretty all that. Right through it. Good. Yeah. 8163B was legendary, guys. Mowed this tall grass like a champ. Thing is of the bomb. I mowed last year with the John Deere 214 and it sucked, and this thing rules. Hell yeah. Not bad stripes for a machine that's 40 years old or whatever it is. Yeah, man, thing rocks it. All right, so I just tightened this bolt down here, was loose, and hopefully that's gonna help me with my clutch slip-in problem. I went to grease up that Zerk, but the Zerk's clogged and it's not putting any grease in there, so I'll have to deal with that another day, but see if it mows a little better now. Just mowed for 45-50 minutes all the way down the bottom there, bottom of that hill, all the way up here. Lots of mowing. Turned off the mower deck while I was in full throttle and just ran absolutely perfect. Not a miss, not a skip, just solid. Thing's awesome. Well, I tightened up that forward reverse lever and it never slipped once, mowing for 45-50 minutes. So I think I fixed that. There's a couple more things we got to fix on that tractor. I want to change the engine oil, change the transmission oil, clean it up a little bit, and see if we can fix some of those grease fittings that are broken. And then we're going to move on to the next project, that'll be fun, which is going to be the 8162T. It's big brother. Anyway, see ya.